Hi guys, so as you know I love orcs. Big ones, little ones, fat ones, thin ones. I just love these green skinned guys. So muscly and warrior like, they're just awesome. And I've loved these Warhammer ones for the last year or so. But did you know I've loved orcs since back in the 1980s? But obviously the orcs I loved back then were the fantasy orcs. They were still green skinned and sharp pointy teeth, but they had curves of a different type. And I think you'll agree the fantasy orcs are definitely much more appealing, but still muscular. And very much warrior-like that you wouldn't want to tangle with. So I was having a look around for a female muscle-bound orc, and I found this one. Yeah, I quite agree. So the place I now go to look for figures to 3D print is a site called My Mini Factory. And on there they have hundreds of great modelers who sculpt all types of awesome figures. So I typed in orcs and then had a little browse through. And the orcs that stood out most were made by a couple of people and go by the name Artisan Guild. So I scrolled through and they have amazing figures there, ranging from orcs to all kinds of things really. So I clicked on one of their collection groups that has a variety of orcs in. And there were several orcs that kind of stood out more from the rest. And well, you've already seen those in the thumbnail. So the Artisan Guild were kind enough to send me the STL files for free. Obviously download them, put them in a little package, do a bit of slicing. Obviously the computer does that, not me. And yeah, they're ready to print. They already come with support, so yeah, basically you don't need to do anything other than save it to a USB and then pop it in your 3D printer. And I'm using the Anycubic Photon Mono X, which as you can see has a really rather large plate, which is awesome because it means you can print out loads of things at once. And once they've all been cleaned up, they can be glued to their bases. But obviously one thing I will say about 3D printers is they're not always perfect, and sometimes you can get failed prints. And this can be down to a number of reasons, not too sure why really, but luckily this doesn't really happen that often. And in this case one of the arms didn't quite fully print, so as I only want 2 out of the 3 of these figures, I'm basically going to do a bit of little chopping and sticking and gluing, and yeah, so no worries really. So I'd say that the last 40 odd prints, I've only really had the one where I've had any issues. And as I didn't need all the figures I printed out, it was just a case of doing a bit of kit bashing to get what I needed really, which was cool. So the arm has attached well, but just to hide any other little sort of inconsistencies in there, I'm going to attach a little shield as well. And there we go, perfect, job done. Now onto the fun bit of painting.
Say what?
And yes, you heard me right, the fun bit. As I am now getting better, and yeah, I'm definitely enjoying the painting process a whole lot more than I used to. Which is great because I am now printing lots of figures off. So sorry Mr. Games Workshop, I won't be buying any more figures as now I'm printing my own. So for these figures I'm mainly using the Citadel contrast colours. Just because obviously I do like using washes and contrast colours because they do seem to add a whole lot of realism and obviously depth to all the miniatures. But I will be trying out a new way of doing washes soon, and that is I'm going to get some paints from Army Painter, and one of them is a tin of quick shade. So basically rather than sort of like painting a wash on, you actually get your figure and you dip it in the tin. So yeah, it's something I've never done before, so I'm definitely going to give that a go. As you all know, I like to try out new things, new techniques, and basically just a new way of doing things. Obviously that's the best way to learn, try out new things, and then you find out what you like and what you're good at, and obviously stick with that. So yes, I'm looking forward to that, so keep an eye out for that guys. I will be doing a lot more painting obviously of figures, and yeah, I'm going to have a go at using the Quick Shade by Army Painter to see how well that does with giving the figures a wash. So yeah, can't wait to try that out. So while you carry on watching the video and watch me expertly paint these figures, I just want to say a big thank you and a big shout out to all my patrons for helping support the channel, as it really helps out more than you can imagine. I mean, it may only be a couple of quid each from you guys, but it obviously mounts up and it means I can continue to buy bits and pieces so I can try out new things, and soon you're going to be seeing some much larger builds coming this way. So yeah, keep an eye out for them guys. I also want to thank the companies that support this channel and obviously send me some items that I can use. So thank you Artiscapade, Easy Roller Dice and Anycubic for all your help as well. And if you'd like to help support the channel, there is a link down in the description, as well as there being a link at the end of the video. And those guys that do become patrons do get access to behind the scenes stuff of what I'm currently working on. For anyone who has never tried contrast paints before, I would certainly recommend these, as these are a nice, quick and easy way of getting items painted. And yeah, I think the finished results using these paints is pretty cool. Let's say I will be getting some paints from Army Painter soon and having to go at doing some different sort of washes. Yeah, just because I say I do like to try out new things. But yeah, I mean, I do love the look of the hair of these young ladies. Sort of like the fiery, orangey, sort of reddish sort of colour. Yeah, I think that's come out really well. Obviously, there are some bits like the silver. Obviously, I'll just do a normal sort of black wash too. But yeah, I think washes are such an amazing thing, and they really do bring items to life. I mean, I remember my first minis that I painted, say back in the 80s, and basically they were just painted with like block colours. I mean, there may have been washes around then. I'm not too sure, but I was quite young back in the 80s. But yeah, so washes, they really do make the little models pop. So yeah, really pleased with how this one's come out. And I'd say the green on this, this is definitely one of my best painted figures. Yeah, very pleased with how well all three of these came out. As obviously I was doing them all together, just so there would be like consistency in how they looked. Obviously now, as you can see, I am sort of putting some glue on the base, as I'm going to be doing obviously the basing. And I'm going to be doing the same technique that I did in a recent video, where basically I've got a variety of different coloured grass and dirt. And yeah, it's just a case of gluing the base and then sprinkling the grass dirt on top. I say that the fact I'll say that bit again. I like the fact that it just looks so much more realistic having the different sort of shades of grass in there, and obviously the few little bits of stone. So without a shadow of a doubt, these are the best figures that I've painted to date. Yeah, I am really happy with how they look. So a big thank you again to the Artisan Guild for sending these to me. I'm sure I will be printing a lot more of their figures in the future, so go check them out guys, their link is in the description. I say absolutely awesome work that they do, and a huge big variety of stuff as well. If you have enjoyed the video, it'd be great if you could subscribe guys, it's free, doesn't cost you anything, and if later on you don't want to keep subscribing, well, you can unsubscribe. But yeah, please subscribe guys, leave comments down below, I'd like to know what you guys think and I'd like to respond to you all. And yeah, hit that thumbs up button too guys, much appreciated. And one last thing I'd like you to do guys, is share the video wherever possible, and there is another couple of videos coming up on the screen. If you give those a click and go and see more of what I do, that'd be absolutely awesome. Okay guys, that's it. Bye for now.